There are different types of dangerous finishing moves which certain fighters have perfected, where they have used these moves to secure them the victory. So here is 10 best finishing moves in the UFC. Number 10. Ovince StPreux is the number 7th ranked light heavyweight in the UFC. He has used the rare Von Flue choke to finish 2 of his opponents inside the octagon. He first used the submission when he faced Nikita Krylov at UFC 171, where he choked him unconscious in the first round, and most recently used the submission on Marcos Rogério de Lima at UFC Final 108, where he forced him to tap in the second round. Number 9. Yoel Romero is the number 2 ranked middleweight in the UFC. He has used the Cuban missile twice to knock his opponents out unconscious. He first used the Cuban missile when he knocked out Clifford Starks in the first round at UFC on Fox 7, and most notably knocked out former UFC middleweight champion Chris Weidman in the third round at UFC 205. Number 8. Edson Barboza is the number 4th ranked lightweight in the UFC. He is known for his deadly leg kicks, where he has finished 2 of his opponents via TKO leg kicks where they were unable to continue. He first made his opponent quit when he faced Mike Lulo at UFC 123, where his devastating leg kicks were too much for Mike Lulo, where he was forced to end the fight. He next made Rafael Oliveira quit at UFC 162, where Edson Barboza's heavy leg kicks proved too much for Rafael Oliveira, which forced him out of the fight. Number 7. Holm is the former UFC Women's Bantamweight champion, who is the number 2 ranked bantamweight in the UFC. She is known for her devastating head kick knockouts, where she has finished 2 of her opponents via head kick knockout inside the octagon. She most famously knocked out Ronda Rousey by a head kick in the second round at UFC 193 to become the new UFC Women's Bantamweight champion of the world, and most recently knocked out Bethe Correia via a head kick in the third round at UFC Final 111. Number 6. Anthony Johnson is a retired light heavyweight fighter who was known for his knockout ability, especially using uppercuts, where he finished 2 of his opponents violently inside the octagon. He knocked out Antonio Rogério Nogueira in the first round at UFC on Fox 12, and most notably knocked out Glover Teixeira in just 13 seconds of the first round at UFC 202. Number 5. Donald Cerrone is the number 7th ranked welterweight in the UFC. He is known for his lethal head kicks, where he has finished 6 of his opponents via head kick knockout. He knocked out Melvin Guillard in the first round at UFC 150. He then knocked out Adriano Martins in the first round at UFC on Fox 10. He then followed up, knocking out Jim Miller in the second round at UFC Final 45. He next knocked out John McDessie in the second round at UFC 187. He then knocked out Rick Story in the second round at UFC 202, and last knocked out Matt Brown by a head kick in the third round at UFC 206. Number 4. Tyron Woodley is the current UFC welterweight champion. He has used his brutal overhand right, which is also known as a T-Wood bomb, 4 times to knock his opponents out unconscious. He knocked out Jay Cerrone in the first round at UFC 156. He next knocked out Josh Koscheck in the first round at UFC 167. He then knocked out Dong Yong Kim in the first round at UFC Final 48, and most notably knocked out Robbie Lawler in the first round at UFC 201 to become the new UFC welterweight champion of the world. Number 3. Mark Hunt is the number 6th ranked heavyweight in the UFC. He has used his monstrous power to flatten his opponents and walk off. He has walked off after a knockout 4 times inside the octagon. He knocked out Chris Tuchscherer in the second round at UFC 127. He next knocked out Stefan Struve in the third round at UFC on Fuel TV 8. He then knocked out Roy Nelson in the second round at UFC Final 52 and knocked out Frank Mir in the first round and walked off at UFC Final 85. Number 2. Stipe Miocic is the current UFC heavyweight champion. He has used his stiff short right hand to demolish 5 heavyweights inside the octagon. He knocked out Phil DeFries in the first round at UFC on Fuel TV 1. He next knocked out Fabio Maldonado in the first round at the Ultimate Fighter Brazil 3 finale. He then knocked out Andrei Arlovski in the first round at UFC 195. After that, he knocked out Fabricio Verdum in the first round at UFC 198 to become the new UFC heavyweight champion of the world, and used his short right hand to knock out Junior Dos Santos in the first round at UFC 211. Number 1. Conor McGregor is the current UFC lightweight champion. He has used his hard left hand, which is also known as the Celtic Cross, to bring down 7 fighters inside the octagon. He knocked out Marcus Brimage in the first round at UFC on Fuel TV 9. He next dropped Diego Brandao by TKO in the first round at UFC Final 46. He next went on to drop Dustin Poirier in the first round at UFC 178. After that, he dropped Dennis Siver in the second round at UFC Final 59. He next went on to drop Chad Mendes in the second round at UFC 189 to become the interim UFC featherweight champion. He next knocked out Jose Aldo in just 13 seconds of the first round at UFC 194 to become the undisputed UFC featherweight champion of the world. He last used his Celtic Cross to knock out Eddie Alvarez in the second round to become the first fighter ever to hold 2 belts simultaneously.